no filter, no fluff, real rap every time. Yeah, we talking about health, from the boardroom moves to the barbershop facts. We keep it 100, never turning our backs. Mine sharp like a suit with the fade on point. Every convo cut deep, this ain't just for the joint. It's the culture, the hustle, the game and the grind. You looking for truth, then you came to the right line. Keeping it 100, facts versus feelings. Keeping it 100, truth with no ceilings. Keeping it 100, no cap, just vision. We speak it, we live it, your health is our mission. Keeping it 100, facts versus feelings. Keeping it 100, truth with no ceilings. Keeping it 100, no cap, just vision. We speak it, we live it, your health is our mission.
Hey, welcome to Keeping It 100, where we have these open and honest conversations to make sure you are taking good care of your health, to make sure you are making good health decisions, and doing all the things you got to do to stay healthy, active, alive, all that. And I am your host, Dr. Krista Motley, and as always, I'm joined by the incomparable Georgie Mink Jr., street practitioner himself. Hey, G.
Hey, hello. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, Doc. How we doing?
We back on a live show. We had pre-recorded a bunch of shows. It was the
Yeah.
holidays and traffic and it's just all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff happening that we had to pre-record. But it's nice to be back live
Yeah, I
again.
like live. I like live.
We not in person today, but we still, live, and I think that's a great way to make sure that people's questions are getting answered and we have a good way to, engage with our audience. So that's always
Mm,
good.
right, right.
What you been up to?
Just getting everything situated in the new year. Um,
Like what? Tell us.
uh, just getting my position in health educated.
Yes. Try to get your hours
Trying
up.
to secure my spot. Working on this company car. Nah.
Oh Lord.
No, Doc, just like mentally, just trying to get things together mentally. I mean, we talk about resolutions and, we go back and forth with the weight stuff and certain things you want to give up. But I think the most important thing is like the mental aspect of your approach, to different changes.
Mhm.
And they don't really have to be hardcore. We always try to make these hardcore changes. They could just be small changes, something in
They
your
need to be
routine.
small. They
Right.
need to be
Something in
small
your
change.
routine that you might want to change. Anything just to alter, like a different type of mentality. So that's where I'm at.
I like it. And just,
Hmm.
talking about behavior change, it is so important that changes are small and that they are easy because if they're hard, if you're trying to do too much too fast, you're not going to do anything. You're just
Hmm.
not. Or you're going to start and you're going to stop. And so
Hmm.
that's no good either. And so we want change to be small. It needs to be easy and you will keep doing it because it's attainable. So I would say pick something you want to do. If it's a big goal, bite it off in small chunks, make it easy for yourself until you accomplish that last thing. Otherwise,
Right.
you're not going to sustain it. So that's good. I don't make New Year's resolutions, but I did start doing something a few weeks ago. I started to walk before I start my work day.
Mm.
So my son goes to school not too far from this beautiful park with water flowing, and it's just really nice and peaceful. And so I just walk. I just drop him off. It'd be 2 degrees outside. I
Mm.
drop him off. I bundle up and I walk for at least a half hour. And I'm not cold. It's cold outside, but I bundle up and I'm moving, so I'm not cold. Um, and I just walk, and it's the only way I can get in consistent activity because I would try to do it in between my day, like stop around lunchtime, stop in the
Hmm.
afternoon. So I'm not gonna stop. Like once I get started, I'm not stopping, and it got to the point where I just wasn't doing anything.
Hmm.
So now I just do it first thing in the morning. Every morning I just go out there and walk. So it's been nice.
All right. Oh, that's a
It's been
good
nice.
routine
And
though.
it's
And then
easy. I'm not
you
running. I
kind
ain't
of
even
forced. It's kind of you're not forced, but it's a great time to do it because you got time. You have to go to newer school. I mean, so it's like, yeah. So after that, we're gonna walk home, and yeah. Good
5
stuff.
days a
Good
week
stuff. Good
and a
stuff.
little walking, which has been really
Took you
nice.
5 years, but good
It
stuff.
it took me a minute to get here,
Yeah, yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
here.
Right, right.
I'm here, so it's been nice. So, just easy, and for me, that's easy. It's not hard. It's walking. If it was running, I wouldn't do it because I don't feel like running. I don't want to
Right,
run, but it's
right.
walking. So I can walk. I can put one foot in front of the other and walk for a couple minutes a day. So that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Just real quick, catching up on some news stuff. The White House is still doing what they doing around this administration, and Department of Health and Human Services director is still pushing out fake news and information that I would not advise anyone to follow in terms of vaccine recommendations. These are absolutely personal choices, and they should be personal choices. But we know that vaccines have been around for many years. Vaccines have prevented us and have saved us in so many ways. Vaccines would not be approved and still available if they cause more harm than they cause good. It just would not happen at this point in time. And so the information that is coming out is just not based in any it's it's not based in research, it's not based in say science. It is just people making stuff up. And so I just
Mm-hmm.
want to encourage our viewers to um challenge everything that you hear. Just like when COVID vaccine came out, nobody wanted to get the COVID vaccine, and we challenged that. We wanted to know more information. We was not just going to get in line and get vaccine. So when you hear new news coming out about health topics, whatever the health topic is, challenge it. Ask about it. Find someone that you trust, that to get the information from. Unfortunately, right now, under this current administration, this is not the best place to get your health information. And it's not that everything that they're saying is wrong, but there are some things that they're just not rooted in science. And
Right.
so we just got to be careful what we're looking at and what we are using to guide our health decisions, because we really can't afford to play games with our health. We're already at risk of so many diseases. We don't have the capacity to be playing around with people that just make stuff up. So have to be have to be careful and cautious about that. Um, so that's that. We had a fun Martin Luther King Day celebration, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We did our
Had a great,
thing.
had a great time.
We
Yeah,
had a
great
great
time.
collaboration with men of the
Infinite man of honor.
infinite
Stop. You
distinguished
be trying to
gentlemen.
get with all kinds
I
of names.
know.
Men of
Infinite
valor,
men. I know.
all
I'm
kinds of
sorry.
stuff.
Infinite
Infinite.
Men of Honor showed up. They came out with us. We did some canvassing this week on Monday for MLK Day to give back. We've done a lot of education around lead and the problems that lead cause in the community. So we've been going. We started our kickoff for canvassing. We partnered with Infinite Men of Honor, and we went out to the gardens. And we went door to door, old school style,
Yeah.
like we was trying to get somebody elected for president. We knocked
Mm-hmm.
on doors. And it was a good event. We brought out students from Philadelphia College of Pharmacy. We had some Widener students, some sophomore students, members from the Chester led task force, Infinite Man of Honor, Help Educated. We all, we did our thing. We
Yeah.
did our thing. Do you want to talk about a little bit? You was there.
Oh yeah. I was in the gardens. No, it was a great day though. I mean, it was cold. But it was for a good cause. And we talked to some residents, and like we sidebarred about the other night on our meeting, just talking to the residents. And that's kind of like an area that's like forgotten at sometimes and felt like they're left out of the city or the plans or whatever. It felt good for them to see us out there and caring about their well-being.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
some
Yep.
good people. I mean, it's good people all throughout the city. I mean, and I ran into some good people. We even got invited in somebody's house. I forgot her name. She was like, "Come on in. It's too cold to be standing out
That
there."
was so nice of her.
And no, real concerned citizens though. So yeah, Doc, good job though. Good job. I remember when we came up, when you had me go to Swarthmore, you was like, "Look, you think we can make it? You know, I'm gonna need your vote," and we voted this in, and now look at it. So
We
yeah, good
did it.
stuff. Yeah.
We did it.
No.
Um, I want to give a shout out to Frances from
Oh
our
yeah, Franny.
team.
Oh, Franny came through.
She really did a good job pulling everything together, like with the app and getting everything situated. She was an incredible part of making the event successful. So shout
Mm-hmm.
out Frances. Thank you, girl.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, let's move on to the fun part of the show and bring in our very, very special guest. Today we are joined by Norman Brown. He is an expert in assisting rehabilitated individuals back into society. He particularly specializes in job placement, finding housing, skill building, and all the things that people need when they are re-entering. And his headshot is giving me all the life that I need to live this evening. And so let's welcome to the stage Mr. Norman Brown himself.
Good evening. Good evening.
Mr. Brown.
What's going on? How's everybody doing?
Good
Hey,
evening. Good
welcome to
evening.
the
Good evening.
show. Welcome to Keeping It
Thank
100.
you.
Thank you so much for being here. Now we know you
Glad
are
to be
here
here.
representing EDSI. What is EDSI exactly?
Educational Data Systems Incorporated, a workforce development company.
Oh, okay. So EDSI, because I thought y'all did job placement for like all people though, right?
We do it for everyone. EDSI oversees presently 85% of the welfare work population in Delaware County. We also have programs for anyone besides those who have been incarcerated, those who are in and or who've experienced recovery on any level. We have a program to assist those who have been affected by opioid use. We are in Ridley High School with the program for 11th and 12th graders to help them navigate, decide what they want to do, prep them for testing, and get their FAFSA paperwork completed. We have someone who's
Wait a minute,
in
wait a
Ridley.
minute, wait a minute. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I mean, I love our neighbors at Ridley High School, but I'm wondering why we're not doing this at Chester High School. I mean,
That's in the works. That is in the works.
how
Um,
long y'all been at Ridley?
Uh-oh.
I'm just trying to
3 or 4
things out.
years. The issue
Oh,
was this. Supposedly there was another vendor in Chester High School.
who was doing it?
Yes.
Okay,
So
okay,
now in the last few months, in speaking with the powers that be, they are interested in meeting with us to hopefully bring us into Chester High, because that has been something that's put on the plate of the guidance counselors.
okay.
And that is
That's too
not
much.
100% successful because they're already
They
quote
overburdened.
unquote loaded.
Absolutely,
Right.
Right.
absolutely. I know they are. Absolutely.
So
I was just looking at my daughter's school sent home a newsletter, and they offer workshops for parents to come in and do their FAFSA. And I was like, oh, the high should do something like this. And so
Mm.
I'm glad God already took care of it. I didn't have to make no phone calls. I didn't have to
yes.
send no emails. He was like, girl, I got you. So I'm
Mm.
glad that y'all are working on that. I think that's important because that's a huge hurdle, all that paperwork and what to put here and what to do. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great to know that there's an
Yeah.
organization out there. Can people come to your office for that help now, or does it have to be a part of the school
I
collaboration?
mean, if they come now, we will work with them and or refer them to someone who is in the school if that is the case. But
Okay.
they can come to our office and get help, and that's what we do. We
Okay.
also have out of school youth program for 18 to 24-year-olds if they're interested in carpentry apprenticeship. We do a 6-week class in Morton. They get a free tool set, get a certificate of completion, something they can go on their resume, and then we work with them to get them an internship. And we also have an OSY for out of school youth who are interested in learning a trade. CareerLink, state of Pennsylvania, pays up to $5,000 for individuals who are over the age of 18. Males have to be registered with Selective Service. CDL, HVAC, electrical, cosmetology, barbering, CNA, EMT. It's
Mm.
approximately 30 some different trainings that are available for those that are Delaware County residents and or state of PA, because that is something in the other counties also. But a lot of people don't know this is available. So we have a lot of guys who actually post-release want to go into CDL.
Mm-hmm.
So there are a lot of options in Delaware County for employment, education, training. Everything is here that you need.
That's amazing. We gotta have you back on for a whole different topic.
Right.
Because people need to know how to get connected to these programs. I mean, we want our community and our young people to reach their potential, and it's through education, training, and employment. And so we need to make sure they're connected to all these free resources available. Could you repeat what all the workforce development programs that you offer? 'Cause I just got to take some notes now because this is amazing.
We oversee 85% of the welfare work population in Delaware County. So those are TANF recipients, temporary assistance for needy families. And if anyone has
Ah.
been watching the news, they have put some things in place to start making individuals accountable if you're receiving food stamps. They want to see, what are you doing? They want to see you putting some hours in for job search, some resumes, some interviews. So that is something that is being reinstated, because we did this years ago before COVID, when clients were 40-hour clients on TANF. If they were not working, they had to actually be in our office for 40 hours during the course of that week. Job search, interviewing,
Wow.
things of that nature. So we work with those individuals that are in recovery or who have been in recovery for drugs or alcohol. Those that have been affected by opioid, you could have used yourself, or your cousin Junebug could have been on drugs and it affected you because he lived in your house and stole your sneakers. You know, so you will qualify for the program. You don't have to be a direct user.
Oh, wow.
The in-school youth in Ridley, out-of-school youth for training, and the out-of-school youth for carpentry apprenticeship. And that is for 18 to 24-year-olds. So those are
Very
all of the
good.
ones off the top of my head. And we just finished, and we hope it comes back up next program year. We just finished a program in George W. Hill Prison for individuals who were within 120 days of being released. We took the whole career development path into the prison 3 days a week to get them trained, acclimated, job preparedness, resume, all that was done while they were incarcerated to prepare them for release. And once they get out, or once they got out, they had to come into our office within 48 to 72 hours to meet with our business service reps, who are the individuals who know all the companies in Delaware County that we work with and what they're hiring for.
Wow.
Amazing.
So we're hoping that goes back into play in the new program year, July 1st.
How long did y'all run that program?
That was actually the last 2 years.
So it went consistently for 2 years for people that will be released within 120 days. They were
And
connected.
coming to Delaware County, yes.
Very nice. Very nice. So yes, let's put the money back in the budget to get that back up, because I'm sure that made a big difference. And did you did you keep track of those individuals, like to see what happened once they were out, getting connected to jobs, keeping jobs, recidivism?
They did. That's a different ball of wax from my plate.
Oh,
But
that's not
they do have
in your
numbers. And
lane.
I can get you numbers. Yeah,
I'm just
it would be
wondering how
impossible for me to keep up
successful it
with all
was.
of these.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Keep up the good work, EDSI. Excellent. I love it, love it, love it. So we have you on today to talk about just that topic, like life after lockup. And so, in your experience, what would you say are some realistic expectations that people should expect or may experience once they are released from prison? Like, what should they expect?
One thing that they should expect is to have to become accountable and responsible. Because what happens is, once someone comes out of prison, and I tell my guys this, we have females that are also in our program, but when you have gone into prison at 18 years of age, and then you're released at 30, you stopped at 18. When you come out and you sit at my desk, 90% of the time, I'm getting an 18-year-old individual and not the 30-year-old. So we have to go back and unwind, and don't expect for everyone to embrace you when you come out, because you're going to have to prove some things. Even a lot of people come out, they don't have family support, and you're going to have to stand on your own 2 feet. There are a lot of resources in Delaware County, and even if you come to GEO, the halfway house in Chester, you are going to have to do some things on your own, and you're going to have to put on your grown man drawers and handle your business. You're going to have to be responsible. And one of my biggest pet peeves, the Department of Corrections, a lot of times are letting individuals be released into the community without the proper documents. So if I've been upstate for 7 years and then you're getting ready to release me back into the vicinity to get my life started, which is cool. If I don't have ID and social security card and you don't provide that as the state says that they're supposed to, then you're stuck because most of the time these guys are coming out with no financial support. So luckily when they come to our program, we do have resources in Delaware County as well as our own program. We can provide funding to get them their documents, you know, and that's the ID. They don't have to pay for social security card. But it's very disheartening when you come out and you don't have that and you don't have anybody and you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So you have to expect to have to put on your grown man drawers and hit the pavement because nobody's going to coddle you and pull you in a low rear wagon. This is real life now.
Right. Wow. I guess what you saying that, how big is mental health play a part, like in coming home? I mean, you're saying that in the big draws, and I understand that, but in order to get to a certain point, you have to be somewhere mentally. So, do you guys provide any type of mental health services, or do you partner with any resource for mental health? Because that's a big part of coming home and being acclimated, getting acclimated.
One of the other things that we do is in our local office in Chester, we have 2 licensed family counselors in our office on a daily basis, and they meet with all of the clients and they can do up to 2 or 3 meetings with them. And then they will refer them to another partner that we have in Delaware County for mental health support. It is important and it is necessary because for anyone that has not experienced even just going in prison to visit people, it's a whole different ball of wax and a whole way of life, different way of life. And if you got locked up, and I have some clients that have got locked up at 16 and 17 years old, and then they get released at 25 years old. Between that 16 and that 25, you're going to experience some things that you've never experienced. You're going to see some things that you've never seen. You're going to hear some things you've never heard, and you're going to have to learn how to live behind the wall, they call it. And that isn't always pleasant, like you're living in downtown Center City Rittenhouse Square.
Right.
So I encourage our clients to come out, and the guys and females that I talk to, get some help, because if you don't get help for it now, it's going to come back up to bite you later. And this is one of those situations where I refer to it just as I do with grief. If you don't deal with it, it will deal with you. And you have to come out, you have to get back on your feet, but you have to deal with that mental health piece, because a lot of people get stuck. And this is one of the things that causes a lot of people to go back, and the recidivism rate changes and bounces so bad because a lot of them go back to doing what they're used to doing because they're going back to that place of comfort, which is the prison.
Right.
You know, you can't release somebody after 20 years and expect them to come out here and just run around, jumping and skipping, and everything is normal. It's not normal. So mental health is a big portion. And luckily, I have been blessed and fortunate. I've been with EDSI myself 18 years. For the first 6, I was a job developer, getting companies, getting the individuals hired. But now I've had the fortitude to be out and meet a lot of great people in Delaware County. So I have a lot of resources as far as mental health, as far as clothing, housing, food pantries, different things to help our clients. I tell them, be a better version of yourself and at least get back to what we call self-sufficiency.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Housing is a huge issue in Chester for people that live in Chester right now. It's a lot of problems out there, and housing is extremely limited too. What are housing resources that may be available for people of the reentry community? Is there specific programs to help them become rehoused, or do they need to find somewhere to live? How does that work?
Being totally honest and transparent, they have to find somewhere to live if they're not being released to GEO. A lot of times, thankfully, some of our clients that are just released have great family and they go to a housing plan, which is great. But that's not always possible. So they go to GEO, and or they come out and they go to one of the local shelters.
Is
Now,
GEO
some
the
of them,
halfway house, or is that something else?
GEO's a halfway house,
Okay.
yes, up on 12th Street.
Yeah.
Some of them come out and they go to one of the county recovery centers because they've had some issues with drug in the past or drinking. So they go to a recovery house because at least for that first month, you can kind of unwind, get the help you need, go to programs, things of that nature, before you really have to be intense about finding employment because they're going to start charging you. I do have some
Charging you? What do
resources.
you mean?
Oh, in the recovery homes, after the first month,
Uh,
for most of them, you have to pay, and it's an average of $150 to $175 a week.
mm,
Mm.
So there are several recovery homes in Delaware County. There's several recovery programs in Delaware County. We have partnered with for several years Keystone in Chester. Also, Marikey is one that we've worked with for a long time. Miramont in Lima, as well, I could think and know them. They're right up on Providence Road. We are with them on a regular basis, and they're great. And they're also houses that they send people to once they're released. The problem is when you come out, if you don't have anywhere to go and you don't need to go or want to go in a recovery house, we have people that go into the shelters. We have great shelters in the Chester area, being City Team, Salvation Army. One of the newer ones is Hunts Haven. And that's even difficult because you go from a place of confinement to feeling like you're still in a place of confinement.
mm,
So we just try to get them working as soon as possible because we also have some great resources for housing, which starts out for a lot of the guys with renting a room.
mhm.
So we work with them to get them employed so they can rent a room, which in the Chester and Delaware County area averages between $600 and $750 a month, which is better than them jumping out trying to get a one bedroom for $1,800 a month.
Mm.
Real quick, how can people get in contact with your office for support?
Every Wednesday, I am in Chester Career Link. We call it Walk-In Wednesdays, starting at 10 o'clock. You don't need any appointment. You can just walk in and say, yo, I'm here to see Mr. Norm. Hey, my PO told me come see Norman Brown. That is what Walk-In Wednesdays is about. Just come in. You can refer somebody, go over there, talk to Mr. Brown about getting in the program, about getting the job, because this is what we do every Wednesday. My local office is on the first floor of the police station, 160 East 7th Street in Chester. My phone number, 610-876-4855, extension 1617. 610-876-4855, extension 1617. You call that number, comes right to my cell phone. So I will
Oh,
get your
okay.
message.
Dr. Roscoe, are you catching that? I hope you're catching that. You could just drop it in the chat.
Yes. Do you mind, Norman, repeating the number one more time? I may have missed the last four.
610-876-4855, extension 1617.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. And the good thing is for Delaware County, people being released in Delaware County, I am connected with SCI Chester. I'm there a couple times a year for events, but I'm also connected with domestic relations and media, connect for child support, connected with the Delaware County and state probation and parole officers. So we have great relationship. So you can let them know where you are. They'll give you the okay. They can reach out to me. And we work together as a team because it really does take a village.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I also wanted to talk about jobs. So you said that you help people from a reentry community get jobs. What kind of jobs and training opportunities are available?
And again, we have CareerLink and we have different trainings through CareerLink that pay up to $5,000 for you to attend. All that information is on the CareerLink website under ITAs. As far as our local office is concerned, we're also connected with Delaware County Literacy Council because we have a lot of guys that come out and they want to obtain their GED. So we are connected with them to refer them for that type of training and education to continue even if they start, because some of them start in prison and they don't finish. So we connect them to get completed. As far as employment, anyone can get a job. Let me just say it like that. Now I deal with reality and I tell our guys, do not come in our office and talk about you want a job at TD Bank or Wachovia and you know you have burglary and robbery and a gun charge. It's just not going to happen. But for a lot of the ex-offenders and the reentrants, food service, labor, general labor, a lot of them enjoy and love landscaping. We have construction. We have stock, forklift operators. We have people working in BJ's overnight. We have people working in some of your favorite restaurants, Cracker Barrel, Olive Garden, Red Lobster in Springfield, Miller's, Pizzeria Uno right in Chester. We have people there. And some of these guys feel like they don't have the experience. Once you come into our office, if you've been incarcerated for 6 years, you've been working while you were upstate. We take that information and we also put it onto your resume because those are transferable skills. You will not sit and have a resume with 7-year gap. No, we make it look like you're the best employee of the company. We have individuals working driving positions. For those that have vehicles, right across the bridge in Swedesboro, New Jersey area, across Commodore Barry Bridge. We have people driving forklifts over there for 24, 25 bucks an hour. And I'm talking individuals with major felonies on their background. I have worked with everyone from driving and speeding and drunk driving violations to people on Megan's list, people for homicide. We have seen it, and I've worked with it all. If people want to work, we can help you. We can help you get into, even if you start somewhere dishwashing, go in as a dishwasher, knock out those dishes for 6 months, pay attention to what's going on in the kitchen, and then let's move you up to food prep, cutting the vegetables and things for the salad bar. 18, 19 bucks an hour, much better than the 51 cents an hour you were making upstate in Frackville. Then we go from there to possibly getting you in a lead cook. It's all in what you want to do. And as long as you have the initiative, we will get you something. We have great connections throughout Delaware County, in the hotels, in the restaurants, Springfield Country Club, all of the Walmarts, Goodwills, ShopRites, Giants. We are all throughout Delaware County from one end to the other. And across the bridge, Amazon warehouse, Target warehouse, the bag company that makes Novalex, makes plastic trash can liners. A lot of those companies like that, they're not worried about your background. They want good people who are going to come to work and do their job.
Mm-hmm. That's incredible.
And we also work with the clients so that they know how to talk in an interview, how to speak in an interview, what to share and what not to share in an interview. We make sure they know how to fill out applications, because sometimes you're not getting a job because the question may ask, have you ever been convicted of a felony or misdemeanor? You check off yes. The next line says, please explain. Oh, aggravated assault and drug dealing. Well, your application is already going to the side.
Mm-hmm.
So we put on that line, we'll discuss an interview, and then we will teach you how to say and how to respond to those questions.
Mhm.
We provide these clients with interview clothing free of charge. We provide them with uniforms, non-skid shoes, dicky pants, scrubs, whatever is free of charge. And we can assist, depending on the program, we can assist you with transportation to work until you get your first paycheck. So we try to make sure all those barriers are removed so that these individuals have a chance in getting back to self-sufficiency.
I love it. And I really love how you leverage their experience in prison on their resumes to help them get a job. Like, you wasn't sitting there the whole time. You was doing something.
Right.
Let's put it on your resume and let that work for you.
Exactly.
That is, I love that. That's genius. I really love that. So could you give us a couple tips, like how you coach clients on what to say in response to having a felony? Like, how do you advise that they navigate that conversation?
Okay, so for instance, if I have on my background a aggravated assault charge, and I did 2 years for aggravated assault or 3 years, I write aggravated assault on that line, or you find that on my background. If you ask me, you don't know what I did because all you say is aggravated assault. So when you ask me about it, if you're an employee that asks, well, unfortunately, I get the train home from work, or I get the bus home. It stops at 1 o'clock in the morning and drops me off because my shift ends at midnight. I get off at 1 o'clock. I still have to walk 4 blocks. Unfortunately, because of the area where I was born and raised, it's not a 100% safe area. And one night I was coming home from the bus and I was jumped by 2 dudes with masks on. Well, unfortunately, I beat the devil out of one of them and he turned around and pressed charges on me. So I accepted this aggravated assault charge, but I was going to defend myself at all costs. If you give me a chance to come into this company, you'll find out I'm not that person that you read about, but I have a great history. I have great work ethics, and I will be here to help your company.
I like how you told your story, Norman Brown. I hope that young man is okay, because you must have went
And
in
we
on
have
him.
it.
That
And
was
even
good. That was
we
good.
get a lot. We get a lot of them that have dealt drugs, and the bottom line is, okay, when you have this on your background, they ask you, what did you do? Well, unfortunately, I was in a predicament where I had to help support. My mom had 5 kids. She was a single mom. I was one of the kids. So I had the responsibility of helping provide. I don't know who my dad is. Unfortunately, I got caught up in the hype of the streets. However, after going to jail a couple times, I learned my lesson. I'm here to get a job, be the best version of me that I can be, and hopefully add on to the team that you already have established here.
Oh, you ready? Y'all better go holler at Norman Brown.
Because that's, if we don't take time to inform these individuals, it's one thing to tell somebody, it's another to show them. And I cannot tell you how many neckties I've tied for job fairs.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many suits or jackets or blazers I've yanked out of my closet to make sure someone presents well. Because at the end of the day, a lot of these guys don't have anybody. They don't have anybody to show them how to tie a tie. They don't have somebody, just like the kids now, half of them don't know how to write in cursive. So if nobody trains them and shows them, what's going to happen? One of the biggest things is, and one of the biggest pet peeves, and I had it yesterday, a young man who just came home in his early 20s, came to see me to do some paperwork. And I'm very realistic. Everybody in my office knows me. I'm sitting and I'm working with him. I said, can I ask you a question? He said, sure, Mr. Norman. I said, why would you come to my office to fill out paperwork to get in our program for employment and you smell like you just left the weed factory? I said, that's unacceptable, because I could have had employers, which we do throughout the year. We have employers come to our office to do recruiting, to do interviewing. And I have literally sent people from my desk, go around there to see Keith. He's going to print your resume out. I want you to go around there and talk to Amy. She's in the job club area interviewing right now. I said, if that was to be so right now, you can't go talk to them. He said, well, I'm going to go up such and such a market. My boys told me to go down there. You're not going there today. Not smelling like this, you're not. Because automatically, they are not going to be able to talk to you because, number one, you're not even coherent thinking enough to talk to me. So you definitely can't go there. And then if this is what you're doing, and this is one big foo-pow with us, individuals think just because they have a medical marijuana card, the employer has to hire you or has to accept that. They do not. Because if you're operating their equipment and you get hurt, they test you, marijuana is in your system. First thing your family is going to do is sue the employer. When, number one, you're operating the machinery and you are high, and you may not have even shared that with the employer. So there are different ways to deal with anxiety, to deal with PTSD, to deal with anger, because some of them rely on these cards to do that. And while you may have had some stress and drama and trauma, we have to find another way to help you be successful.
Yeah, especially if you want a job that won't accept it. You're just going to have to figure it out.
And we have a lot of success cases. One young man I had several years ago, he's 33 or 34 now. He came home at the age of 26, came to jail, came and found me. He was on Megan's list at the time. He went to work for a construction company outside of Chester, driving a dump truck. He didn't have a CDL. They paid for him to get his CDL. He was driving dump truck to different sites, pick up loads, bring back. He just went to another company last year and was making over $36 an hour.
Amazing.
So there are a lot of good opportunities out here. All you have to do is want something.
That's amazing.
And not only that, that young man has taken classes at Temple University and is in his last year.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Love those success stories. It works. You just got to take advantage of the opportunities. And so it's amazing. And it's wonderful that there are programs like this available. We just have to make sure our people know, get their children connected, their dads, like get the community connected so that you have a wait list. You just need to have a wait list. And then they have to hire more of you. They have to hire more people like you just to get people connected. Absolutely amazing. You did share a few challenges, but are there any other major challenges that people should know about in terms of looking for employment once they get home?
Once you get home, one of the biggest challenges, you're going to have some patience, because you're not the only one in line for that one position. But one thing that we do teach and work with our individuals on is having the right answers to the response of why should I hire you? A lot of people come out with the same fluff. I'm a hard worker. I'm on time. I'll be a great team member. Well, all that sounds good. Then we hire you and you're late the first day. So we hone in on your experience. What have you done? And we build on that. Well, if you go into a restaurant, you should hire me because I have over 4 years of working in the kitchen. That is dishes, loading the power dishwasher, drying dishes, putting them away properly, cutting up fruits and vegetables, making sure that the vegetables were washed and cleaned thoroughly, making sure the equipment was put away safely, things like that. So they have something to come back with instead of just the fluff and filler words that we use. They're going to need patience, and they're going to have to learn how to be honest, not overly honest, but you have to learn how to be honest with yourself. Because I've had a lot of guys on that question, have you ever been convicted of felony or misdemeanor? They were checking no, because they were afraid that if they were honest, they would not get hired. And then we had employers who didn't hire them who would have, but then you lied on your application.
Mhm.
So, and all that comes, and it's legit, because when you've been away and you've done some things, you think nobody's going to hire you, nobody wants to be bothered, you're from this area, nobody's going to give you a chance, and you have all those thoughts clouding your mind. So when you come out, you come to our program, you're talking and meeting with people who can tell you what the truth is and how to deal with it, and we're there to help you. All of our office, all of our team, we care about people making a difference.
We can tell because every program you offer is doing just that. It is absolutely making a difference. Um, G, did you have a question? I don't know if I could hear.
I wanted to know, do you have like a hotline? Um, like just say they might be having something going on. I don't know. Anything could come up, like an argument with a family member, girlfriend. They could be having a bad moment with their children, trying to reconnect with their kids. And like, is it a hotline? Like, so say if they're having something going on like that, would they be able to? Do you have a direct line, like a 24-hour line that they can reach?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I do not. Now, the funny thing is, I have clients who will reach out to me at 5 and 6 and 7 o'clock, because one thing that I tell my clients once they're in, if you are having a moment and you're going to go off or you're going to crash out, call me. Because what I don't want is you to crash out and end up back upstate when it's something that I could possibly talk you down from.
Right.
And I mean, I've literally gotten up and gone to meet people to talk them down, because I'm from Chester. My family is from here, born and raised here. So there's not many corners I don't know where they are.
Right.
And I'd rather get up at 7 o'clock and come meet you and sit and have something to eat at Tom Jones and talk you down than you going off, somebody's dead, somebody's hurt, and you going back upstate for the rest of your life.
Right.
So reach out to me. The number's on the screen, 610-876-4855. Even if you don't remember that, remember EDSI in Chester, call me. We'll work it out. And then again, if it's something I cannot fix, I am connected to enough people in this community to connect you with someone. I also happen to be one of the chaplains for the Chester Police Department. So I'm able to connect you with some of our other great team members who, if I can't get there in a certain amount of time, I have connections. Somebody can get there. Somebody can help you. Somebody can talk to you, because all it takes is time. And if 10 minutes of my time keeps you from going upstate or ending up dead or killing somebody, it was worth those 10 minutes.
Absolutely. Angie, that's a really good question. I wonder where people can call, like if they're in a moment of crisis and they just need somebody. The only thing that came to mind, if you're not a client of Norman's already, um, is calling 988, and that's the mental health helpline. I think that's what that may be a good number. It's 24 hours. You can get connected to someone who can help you with any like crisis or mental health challenge when you're angry and you don't know what to do with them feelings. That's mental health. So 988 is the emergency line to call for any type of like problem like that. So that's what I would probably suggest. That's
Yes.
a really good question. We want to make sure that people have resources so that they're not crashing out and then ending up in the exact place that they've been trying to get out of for the last number of years. So
Because what we like, even what Norm discussed, it's frustrating. I mean, you coming home, everything is different. I mean, you might have a different perception. It's a big thing coming home, when you're getting out, and you're just happy to be out, but now you're back in the world. So you gotta leave that person that entered, the jail. You gotta, leave that persona, your perception of yourself. So you're reinventing yourself. And now the world's not waiting for you. So the world's not waiting for you. There's no open arms. And you might even, like I said, your kids, everything that you left is on a different version. So unless you had consistent support or whatever, but for those that didn't, nobody's happy to see you. So it's going to be a time where you're going to have a breakdown. And now we're thinking about it, Doc. We might have to talk off the scenes, and we might have to come up with something just specifically for that challenge. So, yeah, so that was my thing.
And one thing that we do advise them to do once they come home, day 2 or 3 of being home, go to the county assistance office and complete the packet and send it in to get, if nothing else, medical benefits. That way you can go and get tested. You can go and get pre-screened. You can go and get help for whatever's going on, because a lot of times, a lot of these individuals develop issues with their health while they're incarcerated. And we know that may not be the best health care for them while they're there. They may not get food stamps right away. Some of them do. But the biggest thing that I tell them, get the health benefits, because that way you can get your body together. You can make sure everything is intact. You can go to counseling, because you can pick all of these providers out to get started in being the best you.
So will they qualify for health benefits? I didn't realize that people will qualify for, like, I thought you had to have children or something, or they will qualify to get medical benefits?
No, you don't. They will qualify for medical. Yes,
That's
they'll qualify
great.
for medical. Some will qualify for food stamps, depending on where they're going. If they're GEO, they don't get food stamps because there's food provided there.
Yep.
But depending on their housing situation, some will qualify at least sometimes for emergency food stamps for that first month. But they will qualify for the medical.
That's amazing. Amazing. Good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you so much, Mr. Brown, for all this wonderful information. People may be wondering, like, what does this have to do with health? It has everything to do with health, because we know that people who don't have good health, they have poor health, they can't work. And when you can't work, you can't make money. And when you can't make money, you might commit a crime. And you commit a crime, then you could get locked up. And so it's important for health educated to provide you with resources to help you have good health so that you can prevent this path. But some people get on the path. So if you get on a path and you get locked up, then we want to be able to help you re-enter and be successful and to the just be successful in society. And so this is absolutely connected to health, is directly related to health. Everything we do, it may not look like it's healthcare, but it is connected to your health, all the things. So thank you so much for coming on today. Thanks for sharing your expert wisdom. Could you repeat your phone number, please, one more time?
610.
Truth with no ceilings. No cap, just vision. We speak it, we live it. Your health is our mission.